Welcome, everyone. Here to talk about Comstock mining. And actually, the company has gone through a pretty dramatic change over the last 3 years. So we're called Comstock Inc. We have trading symbol LODE on the New York Stock Exchange. We've been listed for over a dozen years. And the company has 3 lines of business. Has a fuels business, a metal recycling business, and a full mining district for gold and silver. We've also made some strategic investments in some technologies, all of which support one of our businesses or not. Most of the conversation I'd like to highlight for you today is around a physics-based artificial intelligence investment that we made that's revolutionizing mineral discovery. I think you'll find it quite fascinating. So I will make some forward-looking statements. So basically, Comstock today is a diversified portfolio of businesses and technologies. Our largest business today is taking woody biomass waste wood and making low-carbon fuels, literally sustainable aviation fuel, renewable diesel, gasolines, at the highest yields today in the market. We could make over 100 gallons of fuel from 1 ton of dead waste wood. We also have a metal recycling business. And unlike most of the metal recyclers who are focused on batteries, we started on solar panels. Solar panels are coming out of the market at end-of-life use in incredibly high volumes. 100,000 tons came out of the market last year in the US alone, projected to be 1 million by 2030. Literally in 6 years, going from 100,000 tons a year to 1 million tons a year. We believe we're the only industry participant taking upfront tipping fees and recycling these for high profit and keeping them out of landfills. Most of the solar panels in the US are in California, Arizona, and Nevada, where you'd expect them to be. But California has made it illegal to send these wasted panels to landfills because they destroy the ecosystem, they contaminate the water supply. So we're sitting there to receive those panels. We get paid up front large amounts of money to process them and reuse all the materials: silver, cadmium, steel, copper, aluminum, even silica, all being reused for the future. And then we invested in a remarkable technology, almost unbelievable. When we invested in it, it sounded like science fiction. Literally taking an artificial intelligence capability and simulating materials at the atomic level. What does that mean? We can simulate the characteristics of metal oxides, electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, heat densities. In a minute, we can simulate these materials and these properties. Because the technology can simulate known and even new materials, it also has the ability to sense, detect, and predict the existence of minerals. So Comstock is working with this company called Quantum Generative Materials to sense and identify minerals in our district. And I'll talk to you a little bit now about how we do that. So again, Comstock as a company has 3 businesses: Comstock Fuels, Comstock Metals, Comstock Mining, but a portfolio of companies that we've invested in that are revolutionizing fuels, revolutionizing metals, and revolutionizing how we identify and explore new minerals. Our district itself is 12 square miles. We literally own and control 12 square miles of real estate in northern Nevada with 6 miles of contiguous mineralized trend. The Comstock mined over 8 million ounces of gold and almost 200 million ounces of silver between 1859 and 1880 with picks and shovels. We literally consolidated the whole district, and through 2 technical reports that are current, we've already identified almost 1 million ounces of gold, 600,000 of measured and indicated, over 300,000 of inferred, and over 8 million ounces of silver. Now, we did this collecting data, analyzing historical data, and a little bit of drilling. But we believe it's mathematically impossible that all the gold and silver was discovered using picks and shovels. So now with GenMat, we are transforming how mineral discovery will be done. So we, meaning GenMat, just under 2 months ago, launched into orbit on SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket, one of the most powerful hyperspectral imagers known. We have our own satellite, GenMat, in orbit today that will be able to scan the Comstock district, feed all of this additional data into the geostatistical models that we've already built on the district, add to that data, and use the artificial intelligence to generate more prediction, more targets for the mineral discovery. And then our team on the ground will, what we call ground truth the model. We will prove the accuracy of the model through drilling, through validation. We're working with our geologists, our engineers, and GenMat's geophysicists and project managers to develop a new model, new expanded prediction, and validation. What it means is that we will be validating the next generation of mineral discovery capability. We will be developing the physics-based and geophysics-based artificial intelligence to not only consume a massive amount of more data, not only process the data, but ultimately predict the targets. And certainly Comstock will benefit from the development of this technology by expanding our resource. We believe we can expand the existing resource by 4, 5, 6 times what it is today. We believe it's mathematically impossible that all of the bonanzas and all of these discoveries have been made based on the techniques used. In fact, there were 33 bonanzas discovered on the Comstock, a stunning amount of silver and gold discovered just using picks and shovels and conventional means. But the biggest benefit from this technology won't be expanding our resource on the Comstock, which will be a big benefit, and we're excited about it. It'll revolutionize the way that we take this technology to other industries. And in fact, GenMat and Comstock are already forging a joint venture to take this proven capability to other companies and other districts around the world. Our satellite is in orbit. It will stay in orbit. I can tell you, when the rocket launched, I was sweating because they've been known to blow up. You know, when it was deploying from the rocket into orbit, I was more than sweating. I won't use the words. But once it deployed and once we made the ground link for data exchange and transfer, we were celebrating, right? A tremendous task for a company to put its own satellite and one of the most powerful hyperspectral imagers in orbit. Now, here's my closing remark. This was pioneering 2 years ago. This is starting to become established as a normal convention. But in 2 or 3 years, if you're not using this technology for material development, for mineral discovery, you will be a dinosaur. There's no scenario where you're going to be able to keep up with these techniques and this kind of horsepower for mineral. It's essentially like taking in mineral development, in material development, it's like taking Einstein on steroids. In geological development, it's the same thing. We can teach it everything that we know about our geology, but humans don't have the horsepower or the super intelligence to process all of this data, discern it, predict from it. This is what's coming, right? So it's our view that we needed to invest in GenMat so that in 3 or 4 years from now, we won't be dinosaurs. Closing comment. When I joined Comstock 13 years ago, there was somewhere between 6, 7, or 8 new million-ounce gold discoveries every year. 10 years later, there was an average of less than one new mineral discovery each year. And in the last 10 years, I'm not aware of any new major mineral discovery of greater than 1 million ounces. So the industry has hit a wall already, and it's this kind of technology that'll take us into the future. Thank you.